Well, hello there people. So, 3rd of March 2019, and we have had some rather irregular weather, one could say, of late. Relatively warm for the time of year, good temperatures over the last week or so. A little bit more chilly today, but certainly, not cold by any means, and apparently we could be getting 80-mile-per-hour winds here in the UK. So there we go, and I'm not just talking about what one may be after a curry, I'm talking about 80-mile-an-hour weather winds. So there we go. So yes, things are coming along ravishingly brilliant here in the polytunnel, and we're going to talk a little bit about this peach tree behind me later on, but right now I'm going to show you some new seeds that I've bought, and they are really good, and you're going to love them. Okay, so as you know, I employ a very simple principle of seed growing here at Home Gardens. Keep it simple, stupid. The KISS principle. Okay, and this applies very well to me, keeping it very simple, and I think keeping things simple is a very good principle in many, many walks of life. Take that as you will. So, the Real Seed Company. Now, these came from the Real Seed Company, these beautiful seeds here. I'm going to post the link down below. If you've not checked them out before, I suggest you do so. Great company indeed. Nice bit of ethics going on there. I've spoke about them before, so take a look at the website if you have not already. And you get these lovely packaged envelopes, envelopes, and this is full of goodies. So let's have a look at the goodies. So, what has Dan bought? Oh, look at these lovely packets. They just look gorgeous. They look sort of... I'm just going to put the old light up here because it's a bit dark. Hang on. Come on. Is that going up or not? It's doing nothing. Never mind. Okay, so leaf beet, chard or perpetual spinach. So I've spoken a lot about this variety. Great perpetual, continuous perpetual crops. Okay, so very good indeed. So that's that one, and Dan has got other ones as well, and these I'm really excited about. Fordhook Giant Chard. So giant chard, so that means it's chard and it's giant, so that's a giant principle there of gigantic proportions, so I'm happy about that. And what else have we got here? Oh, look at this, man. Doesn't this just sound cool as I'm dropping them all over the floor? Huauzontle Aztec Broccoli. I mean, goodness gracious. Large bushes. Well, there we go. Sorry about this. With delicious edible sprouts. There we go. The flower heads are gathered just before they sow their tiny yellow petals and boiled. They keep their texture when cooked and are added to rice or eaten as a green vegetable. Now, apparently these plants can get enormous, man. And, I saw them on there. And look how many seeds you get. Cool. So, yep, we're going to have those. And, now, Bennings Green Tint Scallop. Patty pan squash. So, beautiful pale green patty pan squash with scalloped edges. Early harvest, small, like courgettes. So they look lovely, gorgeous, beautiful, and fantastico. Look at them. So we've got some here, and now these really did float my boat of floating proportions. And Volskaya Grey Winter Squash from the Volga. Oh dear, anyway. From the Volga region of Russia, a large 10 kilogram or so mid-season blue-grey squash that gains a pink blush in storage. This strain is maintained by Tom Hartley, starting from seed brought back from Russia by his mother. So there you go. I mean, look at them seeds. They look big, juicy, beautiful, and fantastico. Very happy. And what else have we got? We've got Queensland Blue Winter Squash. Now, a large ribbed blue squash from the 1930s with rich sweet orange flesh. It is reasonably early to fruit and stores well over winter too. So there we go. You get the idea. And for the final one, Victor. Oh, Victor, Victor, where are you? Victor Winter Squash. Listen to this. Originally introduced by James J.H. Gregory of Marblehead, Massachusetts in 1897. Huge glowing orange fruits are covered with little bumps. A Hubbard type. Very hard, thick rind and excellent eating qualities. Starts yellow, matures to orange, then slowly turn almost red. Okay, so yes. Now, so these are the things that I'm growing. Now, you'll notice that I've got the chard there and the spinach. So these are perpetual crops that I want for perpetualism, and if that's even a word, but perpetual meaning I will be able to pick them constantly. And what else? And the squashes. Now, I've got a lot of long-keeping winter squashes, okay, because basically I'm growing for, you know, long-term into the winter. I'm trying to go, I won't say I'm going for, you know, total self-sufficiency because of the current way, you know, it's not going to happen at the moment, but I'm working towards, you know, being able to produce as much of my own food here as possible. So I want long-keeping stuff like squashes. So of course, you know, they generally keep, you know, if they're kept properly, particularly the winter ones, will keep, you know, a lot longer. So very happy about that. So what I'm going to do is set these seeds now. I'm going to set them and then show you, you know, the approach. If you've been following me a while, you know what my approach is. But if you're new to my channel, which, you know, some of you may well be, I'll just talk you briefly over it. But you know, very simple policy, not going to change much because it works for me. So yeah, going to do some setting now. So just in the setting process here, thought I'd show you this Fordhook Giant Chard, a large chard with white stems. I thought I'd just show you there. Look how big the seeds are. So they look pretty good, don't they? So indicative, hopefully, of large, healthy plants. Right, so this is the first lot done. So I've got all my different varieties here. Victor Winter Squash, Patty Pans, Bloody Blahs and Volskas and what loads. I've got them all written down on here of what they are. So I've grown 6 of each in these windowsill propagators. I'm just going to put the old cover on over there like so. Right, so we're all set. So Victor Winter Squash, Bennings Green Tint Squash, Queensland Blue Squash, Volskaya Grey Squash, Fordhook Giant Chard, and for those of you who don't know what these are just cuts off of milk bottles, and then I write on them with a permanent marker. It's important, I think, to know what you're growing really, because then you know about, you know, what works well and what doesn't, and what, you know, you can do better next time. Bloody blah. Huauzontle Aztec Broccoli. That's just cool. That is. I hope. I've grown 2, you know, more of those because I'm just intrigued, to be honest. Perpetual Spinach. Yeah, the perpetual spinach, you know, leaf beet chard or perpetual spinach. So yeah, I've got plenty of that. So I've sown, you know, this cell. There's in each one, each tray, whatever. There's 6 cells. So 1, 2, 3. So 18 plants or so. Excuse me, 18 plants of those because, you know, I like spinach. It's very versatile for cooking and all that jazz. Bloody blah. So yeah. Ooh, wind's getting up, baby. But so basically, so far, you know, I'm not going to be setting probably much more than that. Checking my trousers are pulled up here. Don't intend to be setting too much more now this year. I've certainly got enough. Certainly got enough to, you know, to be getting on with here, and we'll, all being well, should produce massive food crops. So yeah, plenty to do here, plenty to organise. So you've seen what I'm going to do. So these are going to go inside on the windowsills. They're going to germinate, hopefully, and I'll be planting out relatively soon. So yeah, going to be doing a video on the old polytunnels soon, because I've had a lot of questions about polytunnels, and I checked out one of my videos, what's it called, how to why get a polytunnel or greenhouse, and that video's very popular, so obviously a lot of people are thinking about getting a polytunnel. And you know, I think if you've got the space for a, you know, a polytunnel like this sort of thing, or even a bit smaller than this, I think if you've got the space and you're going to use it, I think it's a great investment. I mean, you can see the weather's not particularly grand to be working outside today, but yet you can come and work in here and it gives you extra options. So yes, there is that one. And if you like my work, please feel free to like, share and subscribe. Any comments you got, post them down below. I will reply. See you next time.